Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a landing called a stop and go. Now, the interesting thing is when you're a pilot like myself in the real world, you have to do a certain number of landings in order to stay current. And sometimes those landings, it takes a lot of time, and you just want to get out there and experience the sky. But you got to carry passengers that day, and everything needs to be all groovy and all that other stuff. So we invented this very clever thing. I should say I did not invent this. People far more clever and imaginative than I invented this. And it's the process of landing the aircraft and then re-landing the aircraft. There's a bunch of different ways and variations of this, depending on exactly what you're trying to achieve. But the important thing is, in the real world with all things, you have to make sure you communicate these things to our friends over at air traffic control. Otherwise, they get a little grumpy. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what they call a stop and go. One of the things you're probably aware of is you have to do a landing to a full stop at night in order to maintain your currency. So one of the simplest ways to avoid having to go all the way back to the beginning of the runway and do it again, keep in mind touch and goes aren't allowed, is to simply stop the plane and then take off again, since you have technically come to a full stop. Now, the reason I pulled out the Cessna 152 for this demonstration today is because it's a great tool for demonstrating the advanced stop and go, and I'll share that with you in just a few minutes here. So we go ahead and have ourselves set up runway 27. We're at Stewart, by the way, and the reason I love Stewart is because it's so big. It's like absurd. Like you could land 500 times. You know exactly why I said that. All right, big old number 27. We're going to do a stop and go here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my nose here. No, a little bit of right wheel there. And we're going to come down nice and soft. Delightful. I'm going to go ahead and gently press the brakes. And that's a Cessna 152 for you, stopping before the 1,000 foot mark here. Pretty cool. All right, that's the stop and go. Let's go full power. Now, the interesting thing about stop and go landings is if you have the ability to get in the air again, and you're not required to fly a whole complete traffic pattern, there's nothing stopping you from simply landing again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself plenty of power here. There's about 40, 50 knots. So we're going to get back up in the air, get a little bit altitude. I'm going to go ahead and put my flaps down here, and we're just going to come in for a landing. Ta-da! Now go ahead and do a full stop. Do an emergency brake here to really get us slow in here. And there we go. Just need a full stop. There's our second landing. I'm going to go ahead and give it full power one more time. Yeah, you see what I'm doing here. Ha 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 ha. That was a full stop, by the way. Officer, I swear I stopped at that stop sign. The whole wheels like did the little skirt, and I definitely stopped. So we're going to go ahead and do one more here. And now this is also a great thing to practice, by the way. And we'll go up a little bit. And we'll level the plane off. We have no flaps, so it's going to be a little bit faster this time. All right. Oh, this plane's different without flaps. Normally, you have to hold the nose up really, really, really high. You are going to stop flying at some point, right? Anytime. There we go. Full stop. And that's it. So what we saw here is a great little exercise. Now, if you take a look, I have completed my 3 landing to a complete stop requirement in the space of an entire airfield. Enjoy.